Tatha nudgatita kar bhava prasara vartmana prasaranti swasamviti prashti shishyatmatam gata. And that consciousness of oneself, when that consciousness travels on the path, on the path without knowing how it is traveling, how that consciousness is traveling, anudgatitakar, that traveling on the path without knowing on which it travels, and that consciousness is called prashtri. Prashtri means always questioning, and that consciousness is called always questioning. He resides in the field of questioning, and that consciousness, in other words, would be called Shishya, disciple.
What does the exact meaning of Shishya?
Shishya means Shasu Anashishta.
To be taught.
To be taught.
To be taught.
Yes.
Or he who questions.
Yes. As long as he is questioning on the path on the path he treads or she treads, without knowing what is the path, that is Shishya. That consciousness of your self has become Shishya. Shishya has come from Shasur verbal root. Tathantar paramarshi nischayatma tirohite prasaranantarodbhut samharo daivakapi yavattev bhavet bahi prasare prasfutatmani anunmilita rupa sa prashtri tavati banyate. And that consciousness of yourself, where that consciousness has absolutely forgotten the complete nishchaya, complete perception. Nischayatma tirohite. When that nischay is not yet done to that consciousness of oneself, and it is treading on the path to know, to understand, and samhara udaivakapi, and that nischaya is sometimes dissolves and sometimes reappears. And in this way, as long as one's consciousness flows on the path, completely unaware of the point to be understood, that is the theory, that is the state of prashtri, that is the state of that person who puts question. Prashtri tavati banyati.
What is this nischaya, coming and going? You said that's
sometimes that consciousness concludes that this is the point. Just after another second, she understands, no, this is not the point. There must be something else. That is.
I know too well.
Oh, I understood this is the point. Just after another, oh, this is not the point. That is Srishti. Yes, and that is the path on which that prashtri treads. Prashtri, questioner, consciousness, questioner. Consciousness is question.
So here at this point, Swamiji brings up a really important point, which is brought out in other texts that Abhinavagupta has taught, that actually if there's only Shiva and Shakti, then actually Shiva becomes Shakti in order to ask questions. And therefore, since Shakti came out of Shiva, they're not separate. So actually she knows the answers. And Swamiji goes into this now to say that we already know all the answers. We already have all the knowledge. But due to this play of consciousness, we continually have doubt, we continually have questions, we continually look for the answers. And this is a very nice section where he says that how we already know all of the answers.
Swayam evam vibodascha tatha prashnottaratmaka Guru Shishya Pade Pesha Deha Bedo Hyatatyakaha. This is your own consciousness who puts question and who puts answer also, who gets answer also. Questioner and the person who gives answer to that question is your own consciousness, established in the state of master and disciple. So this is one's own consciousness that puts question, and it is one's own consciousness that gets its reply. In the state of master and disciple, and the state of master and disciple too are incorrect states, because deha bedo hyatateka, the body of master and the body of disciple is not real.
Not really separate.
No, the body is separate.
Deha
The
bheda.
body, deha bedo hyatateka, it is not true.
The distinction of bodies. Deha bheda.
Distinction of body is not true. You should not put the distinction of body in master and disciple.
Yes.
You must put the distinction of consciousness.
Yes.
If consciousness is distinct, it's not distinct. Consciousness is one in master and the same is in disciple.
What about the condition where disciple, he experiences consciousness to be distinct, master doesn't experience consciousness to be distinct. So from one point of view, consciousness is distinct.
But this is master only that travels from distinction and non-distinction.
So that's why you said
This is
earlier,
traveling of master.
that's why earlier it's the master who inserts, and
Yes.
the master who, because the disciple is in ignorance and can't do
Yes.
anything.
Bodho hi bodho rupatvat antarnana kriti sthita bahirabasiyatyeva drak samanya visheshata. This is bodha, this is one's own consciousness. Because of its being conscious, he puts forth externally various formations of ascertainments. Drak instantaneously. Instantaneously samanya visheshata. In the way of samanya, in the way of vishesha.
Universality and individuality?
No. When there is doubt, when there is prashna, when there is questioning,
Someone.
that is samanya.
What is
When
this?
there
Could
is
be anything.
when there is answer,
That is Vishesha.
that is vishesha.
Because before Vishesha there is universality in the sense that
Yes.
it might be anything.
The state of being questioner is samanya. Vishesha is an answer, guru.
Answers coming.
Srakhimana visheshamsha kankhya yogya si kasichit dharmasi srishti samanya srishti sa samchaya. That samanya srishti, the creation of that samanya is called doubt. And that doubt is only fulfilled by vishesha srishti, by particular flow of answer. Particular flow of that suits that prishti, that suits that consciousness residing in the field of doubt. Because when you are residing in the field of doubt and you put your question before me, before some master, and I explain that question to you, if you are not satisfied, you say, I am not satisfied, sir. This is not the real answer. I would like to know. You don't appreciate that answer.
Yes.
So it seems that your consciousness is filled with that answer. You know in the background what is the answer. It is why you don't accept my answer if it is not fitting you. That is what he says here. Srakhimana visheshamsha akanksha yogasya. He is desirous of knowing the answer that is residing in the background of his consciousness, in the consciousness of disciple.
So you don't ask anything which you don't really know the answer to.
Yes. Dharmasya srishti, samanya srishti, sa samshayatmaka. That is samshaya. That is the state of being disciple. So it is concluded there that the questioner knows the answer.